All right, welcome to Series 4 of the WWF Hasbro figures. Next up, we got the one and only, the excellence of execution, the best there ever was, the best there ever is, and the best there ever will be. Bret the Hitman Hart from Alberta, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And Bret, and this is the official Series 4 Bret figure, and Bret does the heart attack. So this figure came out when Bret was really in his singles run, and yeah, the arm moves. This really looks like a Bret is a Hasbro figure though. Figure's got a great likeness. To many people, he's one of the greatest wrestlers. He is the greatest wrestler of all time. I can honestly see that from a technical standpoint. Personally, to me, he's definitely not. But many people, I can see why people would say that. Yeah, he's done it all in the business. Intercontinental champion, tag team champion, world's heavyweight champion at a point. Yeah, the Hitman's really done it all in the wrestling business, though. All right, next up we got Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog. And the Bulldog, he does the Bulldog Bash. He's another one of the famous ones. Series 4 is a lot of famous wrestlers, and it's one of the most beloved series. So he just picks up, he does like one of those slams to the ground. I swear, the figures are not, like, they don't stand bad. It's just that I'm doing this one-handed, so it's really a pain, guys, to show the actions. The Bulldog is another one that isn't one of my personal favorites, but he has a great likeness in the business. And at this time he was in his singles match and everything. He had the beaded hair like he does here. Him and Bret had a really memorable match at SummerSlam '92. Everyone knows. Some people consider it the greatest match in wrestling history. The Bulldog did win the Intercontinental belt in his home, which might be his most notable thing in his career. Great figure, though. All right, next up, what else can I say? This is the dead man himself from Death Valley, The Undertaker. And this is the early Undertaker, the 91, 92 Undertaker, where it was just him and Paul Bearer, and he has that original look to him. This is definitely one of the greatest Hasbro figures ever. Just looking at it, everyone knows who it is. There's nothing else you can really say, but that is the Undertaker. There's nothing else to say. He does the tombstone tackle, where it's one of those figures where this one is pretty new. This one is actually a pretty minty Undertaker. Doesn't look like he was played that much at all. He just calls the tombstone tackle. And he pretty much just does that same move that Greg the Hammer Valentine does. Great figure. You don't even need, it's one of the best figures out there. Looks just like the Dead Man. This is the red hair variant. The black hair one is more rare, and it's got that coat, and that one's like hundreds of dollars. This one is like around $40, $50 figure. Next up, we got one of the most beloved tag teams in all of wrestling, the Legion of Doom, with the spikes and everything. Another one that many people consider this team the greatest tag team of all time. But you already know that I think Demolition's the best, and I'm not gonna quit saying that. I'm gonna say that for a while. I'm sorry, these guys are just second to me when it comes to that, to tag team belts or whatnot. This Hawk does what they call the Hawk attack. He's another one of those jumper figures with the jumping head, and he just does the jump. And then Animal is another one of the figures that does. He does the Doomsdayer, where you can pick him up and then he just throws his opponent to the ground. Two great figures there, and very probably one of the most popular figures back then was the Legion of Doom figures. Still is today. I have all their spikes and everything, which luckily none of them fell off. They're usually known to be falling off with the pads, but the pads are not removable, by the way, guys, so they're stuck to them. These are great figures, though. You got Hawk and Animal, the Legion of Doom, right there. All right, to round off Series 4, we got the rare Nasty Boy figures. These are this is like the last. This and Legion of Doom were like the two last of the tag team packs. These are the rare. They're pretty rare, the Nasty Boy figures. I'll give them that. And they got Nasty Boys are one of my favorite tag teams in WWF and WCW. They were great. They were all just great all around. You got Knobs and Sags here. Knobs, Ryan Knobs does the Nasticizer, I believe it's called. Where he does the Nasticizer, and then he's just one of those clothesline. The Nasticizer is pretty much a clothesline. He's got the Pity City, he's got like the Pity City thing in motion, where you could do like a Pity City thing, but that's not the point of these figures. Jerry Sags does he's one of those figures that does this, which is called the Punk Pounder. Man, I really like some of the names that they gave these figures back then for their moves. Great figures. I mean, I love these sunglasses. I'm rocking them glasses right there. Those are some excellent glasses, just like the Hitman's glasses. They're great. The Nasty Boys were great. I always thought that they were better heels than they were baby faces. They never fit in as baby faces to me. They looked pretty lost when they were baby faces in the WWF. But they would always be, to me, they would always be like better as heels because they fit the heels more. They most likely fit the heels more. I remember those motorcycle helmets they used to have back then with Jimmy Hart. So anyways, that is the incredible Series 4 right there. One of the greatest series. Look at that. You got the Hitman, the Bulldog, the Deadman, the Undertaker, the Legion of Doom, and the Nasty Boys. What more can you ask for? Yeah, that's pretty much Series 4, and let's move on to Series 5.